Hello everybody, I'm Kremlin, and let me tell you, it'll be a long time before AI reaches the levels of computerized robot men that are found in the constantly worse with age Will Smith
There's no way my luck is that bad.
2004 blockbuster But even with that terribly wonderful movie considered, AI has come a remarkable length since its inception. No pun intended. One of those milestones in artificial intelligence is within video games, or CPUs, aka computers. The computer. Playing computer games, computer players. I hope you get it, because we're gonna move on with the video now. Now, these terms can describe the lowly, Ron-stompable Goomba, or the Kim-possible, super able Elizabeth from Bioshock, and anything and anyone in between. Characters that are controlled by the computer itself, the game. But in this specific instance, I am referring to multiplayer type modes that you play with computer players and not real people. Rather than talk about the NPCs that don't directly play with you, which are obviously AI driven from a vast majority of games that still take space in my head rent-free. I hope this all makes sense. Computers controlling what should otherwise be player characters and playing with a lonely video game loving child.
Self-destruct initiated.
Speaking of which, as a young child, I didn't really have any real friends that I thought of as true friends. There was people that I hung out with once in a while, but nothing on the level of true friendship. But what I did have as a child was a active imagination, the force that paints the world around you and reality itself differently, makes things more whimsical, more scary, and ironically makes the fiction non-fiction and more real.
Holy shit.
It really makes you feel like Spider-Man. Like, it really did. You really felt like Spider-Man. Like, you were Spider-Man, or you were best friends with Spider-Man, swinging through those PS2 cities. So let's jump into some games that are relevant to this video.
Double kill. Triple kill. Enemy double kill.
Games like Super Smash Bros. 64 and Melee, where I first witnessed the term CPU, where it had the ability to play against or alongside AI fighters. And at my age of friggin' little shithead, this was a magical game. In my little mind, I was battling with the Mario, the Fox McCloud, the Samus Aran, the big bad boss boy Bowser, and whoever the fuck this kid was. Or I wasn't necessarily invested in most of the series that these characters came from at the time, but I was nonetheless enthralled and immersed by their style and personalities and the weight of their inclusion in this crossover party brawler game, which I didn't even really think about it being that at the time either. They weren't computer controlled characters, robots, okay? They were the characters, they were the people, they were the creatures, and I was having the opportunity to fight against them and alongside them, and it was a good old time. Another game gem, if you will, a crystal, if you will, was Crash Bash. I played a ton of this game's adventure mode by myself, bless my little heart, this game is a shart. And despite being bullied into submission by the brutal human targeting AI sounding like some Will Smith iRobot, it was the Cortex, the Tiny Tiger, the Crash Bandicoot, the Coco Bandicoot, the Dingo Dial, the fucking Ripto Kangaroo, and Big Gerildo Gert in his giant, massive striped pantaloons. And those were some iconic characters that I witnessed a lot playing Crash 3 Warped prior, minus the last dumbass. But now they were all fucking me up on polar bears and pogo sticks, and it was sick, dude. It's sick. The game's cool. Ish. Mario Party and Mario Sports were the same story. You're telling me I get to party it up? I get to do some shots with the Mario characters and play sports with them? The fuck out of here! Are you serious? You're serious? Dude, you serious? Okay. Alright. For real, there were a lot of fucking entries. Baseball, soccer, golf, Mario Sports Mix, I didn't really... and then like all the Mario parties. So there was a lot to fuel my little gamer brain, my little gamer. Worms 3D. Oh, Worms 3D. Got my worm, baby. I need to do a separate video on Worms 3D, but let me tell you, those enemy worms, woo, baby. Whew, hated those guys. My teammate worms, the ones I could dress up and give voices and, you know, use to protect each other and blow up the disgusting enemy worms. It felt like Battle Brothers, Blood Brothers in WW46, okay, when everybody transforms into worms in the year 3025. The Twisted Metal series was always a series to have AI combatants in both the single player and the multiplayer modes. And it's a series that's very close to my heart, and one of the earliest games that I've ever played. These CPU vehicles that the game liked to call them were not CPUs in my little gamer brain. I was battling to the death alongside Sweet Tooth, Warthog, Roadkill, Twister, Mr. Slam, Hammerhead, Outlaw, firing missiles, launching napalm, and using special weapons with this cast of kooky, crazy characters. And going up against these tough bosses like Minion and Darktooth was so intimidating as a fucking pipsqueak, and was way past my skill level at the time. Fucking skyrocket up there. I'm down here, up there. But one more time, regardless, I enjoyed every second of the carnage and scary boss battles because of everything aforementioned. In these vehicular arena shooter games, these crazy characters were my competitors, but also my rivals in like that loving way, if you know what I mean. I wanted to destroy them. They wanted to destroy me, but I just loved it. I loved the competition of it, and I loved them. I loved the characters. You know, they're my buddies. They're my little buddies that I, just a little wrestling, just a little, roughhousing. Just a little roughhousing. Just a roughhousing. Speak the mic. I can't contain myself. I'm sure there was plenty of other examples that I couldn't remember for this video, but I wanted to kind of just keep it short and get this topic out there. If there were any multiplayer modes with computer-controlled characters for those modes that really enthralled you and kept you company as a kid, and you kind of relate to this, I would love to hear it down in the comments. I'm Kremlin, a crock pot of anxiety and fucking social anxiety and social ineptitude, and I'm tired and I'm trying to put content out. So if you like this stuff, give me hugs and kisses and subs and likes, and I really do appreciate it. And just have a fucking good week, dude. Ma'am, dude. Brah. Fuck, dude. I suck at this. Alright, bye.